Imagine this. You're standing on a pier watching a 1,300-foot long G cargo ship glide silently across the water. No smoke, no roar, no vibration, just smooth, eerie silence. Now here's the twist. It's running on electricity. Sounds like science fiction, right? I mean, we barely trust our electric scooters to go 100 miles without dying. So how in the world can something that weighs over 200,000 tons cross an ocean on battery power? Is it even possible? Are electric ships real? Or are we just slapping buzzwords on a floating gas guzzler and calling it green? Well, buckle up, because today we're diving deep beneath the waves and behind the Hypedo, find out if the future of shipping is really electric, or if it's just another boatload of marketing fluff. Trust me, you're gonna want to see this. How ships are traditionally powered. Alright, before we jump into the future of electric ships, let's talk about the monsters we're trying to replace. Most of the world's cargo ships, those steel giants hauling thousands of containers, are powered by engines the size of a small house. Literally. These things burn heavy fuel oil, also known as bunker fuel, which is basically the leftover sludge after refining gasoline and jet fuel. Imagine the blackest, thickest goo you can think of. Then light it on fire. A single large container ship can burn through over 80,000 gallons of fuel per day. That's like filling up 1,800 pickup trucks every single day. And when these beasts roar to life, they unleash tens of thousands of horsepower to spin a propeller that's bigger than your living room. Sounds cool, right? It is, until you realize what it's doing to the planet. Maritime shipping produces around 1 billion metric tons of CO2s every year. That's roughly 3% of global emissions just from ships alone. If the shipping industry were a country, it'd be the 6th largest polluter in the world, right behind Japan. So yeah, while diesel engines have kept the global economy afloat for decades, they come with a carbon footprint the size of Texas. And that's exactly why people are asking, hey, can we do better? Can we go electric? So, can ships run on electricity? Alright, so here's the million-dollar question. Short answer, yes. Long answer, well, kinda. Believe it or not, there are already ships cruising around right now that are 100% electric. No fuel, no emissions, just batteries, and some very smart engineering. Take the MS Ampere in Norway, for example. It's a fully electric ferry that carries cars and passengers across fjords every day, clean, quiet, and with zero emissions. There's also the Yara Birkeland, the world's first autonomous and fully electric cargo ship. It hauls fertilizer along the Norwegian coast with no captain, no crew, and no exhaust pipe. So yeah, electric ships are real. They exist. Mutant, it's a big, but they only work in very specific situations. Short routes, light loads, and close charging stations. Why? Because powering a ship with electricity is like trying to run a marathon while carrying a refrigerator full of batteries. Let's talk numbers for a second. 1 gallon of marine diesel holds about 40 megajoules of energy. To match that, you'd need around 25 pounds of lithium-ion batteries. Now multiply that by, say, 80,000 gallons per day, which is what a large cargo ship uses. You'd need, wait for it, 2 million pounds of batteries just to get through a single day. That's nearly 1,000 tons just in batteries. And unlike diesel, which you can pump into a tank in an hour, charging a battery pack that massive could take days unless you invent a charger the size of a football stadium. Oh, and did I mention batteries don't float? So yes, electric ships can work, but they're currently limited to short-haul routes like ferries, harbor tugs, or river barges. For now, it's not feasible to sail an all-electric cargo ship across the Pacific, unless you're okay with stopping every 100 miles for a week-long recharge. Real-world examples of electric ships. Let's start with the MS Ampere in Norway. This sleek electric ferry carries up to 360 passengers and 120 cars across the Sognefjord. It runs 20 trips a day, powered entirely by batteries, and cuts emissions by 95% compared to a regular diesel ferry. Next up, Yara Birkeland. Sounds like a Marvel villain, but it's actually the world's first fully electric and autonomous cargo ship. No captain, no crew, just AI, GPS, and a bunch of sensors making all the decisions. It hauls fertilizer, yes, fertilizer, between ports in Norway and charges at dock like a Tesla weighed 3,000 tons. And it's not just Norway. In Denmark, electric ferries are replacing old diesel clunkers at a record pace. In China, a 230-foot-long G-electric barge carries 2,000 tons of coal ironically, using zero-emission power to deliver fossil fuels. And in Canada, BC Ferries is rolling out hybrid electric vessels that charge while passengers load. So yeah, electric ships are already here not just on paper, but in ports, in service, and in the water every day. Are they replacing every ocean liner tomorrow? Nope. But are they proving the concept works? Absolutely. Why going full electric is hard? So with all these cool electric ships popping up, you're probably thinking, why don't we just make all ships electric? Great question. And the answer is because physics is a jerk. Let's break it down. First off, energy density. Diesel fuel is an absolute powerhouse. 1 gallon of marine diesel packs about 40 megajoules of energy. That's enough to power your house for a few hours. To get the same amount of energy from lithium-ion batteries, you'd need, wait for it, 25 to 30 times more weight. For a cargo ship that burns 80,000 gallons of diesel a day, that means you'd need the battery equivalent of 2,000 Teslas just for one day at sea. And we're not even talking about crossing the Atlantic yet. Second, charging time. You can fuel up a tanker in a few hours. But charging that massive battery bank? You'd better cancel your weekend plans. Even with ultra-fast chargers, you're looking at several hours to a full day, depending on the size. Ports aren't exactly ready for that. You think your phone charger gets hot? Try scaling that up to a port that handles 12,000 TEU container ships. Third, weight and space. Batteries are heavy, like ridiculously heavy. Every ton of battery you add is a ton less cargo you can carry. For shipping companies, that's lost money. And fourth, global infrastructure. Most ports don't have high-voltage marine charging stations. And it's not like ships can just plug in with an extension cord from the dock. We're talking serious upgrade transformers, grid power, mega connectors. So yeah, going fully electric is technically possible. But right now, it's like trying to power a skyscraper with a couple of AA batteries. That's why most efforts today are focused on short-haul electric ships, hybrids, or using batteries as backup systems, not as the main source of power. But hold on, don't give up on electric just yet. Because what's coming next might just flip the whole script. The future. Hybrid, hydrogen, and more. So, we've established that going fully electric for giant ocean-crossing ships is, well, not quite there yet. But don't worry, this isn't the end of the story. In fact, it's just getting interesting. Because while battery-only ships are still limited, the shipping industry is shifting gears and fast. First up, hybrids. Just like in cars, hybrid ships use a mix of diesel engines and electric propulsion. Think of it as giving your cargo ship a giant Prius heart. These ships can run on clean electric power near ports where emissions matter most and switch to diesel for long-distance cruising. It's not perfect, but hey, it's a step in the right direction. Now here's where things get futuristic. Hydrogen fuel cells. Instead of burning anything, fuel cells combine hydrogen and oxygen to create electricity with only water vapor as exhaust. That's right! No CO2, no smoke, no stink. Just clean power. Norway is already testing hydrogen ferries, and Japan launched a hydrogen-powered ship called Hydrobingo. Yes, that's a real name. But hydrogen isn't exactly plug and play. It's expensive, hard to store, and let's be honest, most hydrogen today still comes from natural gas, not water. Still, with investment ramping up, hydrogen might soon become a major player. Oh, and don't forget ammonia-powered shipseas ammonia, like the stuff under your kitchen sink. It burns clean, stores better than hydrogen, and big names like Maersk are betting billions on it. And just when you think we've run out of ideas, boom, wind-assisted cargo ships. Giant sail-like rotors that spin and generate thrust using nothing but ocean breeze. It's like we're going back to the 1800s sput with physics degrees. So, what's the future? It's not just electric. It's hybrid, hydrogen, wind, ammonia, and innovation we haven't even dreamed of yet. One thing's clear, the future of shipping is coming and it's gonna be a whole lot cleaner. So can ships run on electricity? Not only can they, some already do. The challenge now isn't possibility, it's scalability. The tech is here. The question is, how fast can we charge into the future without running out of power or money? Thanks for watching, Captains. If this blew your mind or made you laugh, drop a like, hit subscribe, and let us know. Would you board a 100% electric cruise ship, or are you still Team Diesel? See you on the next voyage.